Nicodemus was a respected man. He was a Pharisee, a teacher of the law. People looked up to him. He was known for his wisdom and his deep understanding of the scriptures. But deep down, Nicodemus felt a spiritual hunger. Despite his status and knowledge, something was missing. He had questions about life and God, questions that his position and education couldn't answer. He sensed there was more to faith than rituals and rules. He longed for a deeper connection, a more profound understanding. Nicodemus had heard about Jesus. Stories of his teachings and miracles had spread far and wide. This man from Nazareth was different. Unlike any teacher or prophet Nicodemus had ever encountered, he spoke with authority and performed miracles, acts that defied explanation and captivated the hearts of many. Could Jesus be the answer to his questions, the key to the spiritual fulfillment he sought? Nicodemus felt drawn to Jesus. There was an undeniable pull, a sense that he needed to learn more. He wanted to know more, but he was afraid, fearful of what others might think or say. What would people say if they saw him talking to this controversial rabbi? The whispers and judgments of his peers loomed large. He was a leader, supposed to have all the answers. The weight of his position made his quest for truth even more challenging. Yet he felt like a student, eager to learn from this humble teacher. Nicodemus's journey was just beginning, driven by a desire to uncover the deeper truths of faith. Under the cover of darkness, the world seemed still and silent, as if holding its breath. Nicodemus sought out Jesus. He didn't want to be seen. The night provided the perfect cloak for his secret mission. His heart pounded as he approached Jesus. Each step felt heavy with the weight of his questions and doubts. "Rabbi," he began, "we know you are a teacher who has come from God." His voice trembled slightly, betraying his inner turmoil. "No one could perform the signs you are doing if God were not with him." The miracles had stirred something deep within Nicodemus. Jesus listened patiently to Nicodemus. He could sense the earnestness in his voice and the longing in his heart. He could see the sincerity in his eyes. Nicodemus was not just curious, he was searching for something more. Jesus knew Nicodemus was a good man, searching for the truth. He saw a genuine seeker standing before him. Their conversation continued late into the night. The moonlight cast long shadows, but their words brought light to the darkness. Nicodemus hung on to every word, his initial fear fading away. He felt a sense of peace and clarity he had never known before. Jesus saw an opportunity to plant a seed of faith in Nicodemus's heart. He spoke with passion and conviction. He spoke about the kingdom of God, a place of love and forgiveness. Nicodemus was intrigued. The words resonated deeply within him. He had never heard anyone speak about God in this way before. It was as if a new world had opened up before his eyes. "No one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again," Jesus declared. This statement puzzled Nicodemus. Nicodemus was confused. "How can someone be born when they are old?" he asked. His mind raced with questions. Surely they cannot enter a second time into their mother's womb to be born. His confusion was evident. Jesus smiled. He explained that being born again wasn't a physical birth, but a spiritual one. This was a new concept for Nicodemus. Flesh gives birth to flesh, but the Spirit gives birth to spirit, Jesus said. He emphasized the importance of spiritual rebirth. It was about a change of heart, a new beginning with God. This was a profound transformation. This new birth comes from the Spirit, a gift from God. It was a divine intervention. Nicodemus was beginning to understand. This wasn't about following rules or performing rituals, it was deeper. It was about a relationship with God, a transformation from within. This realization was life-changing. He realized how much he needed this new birth. It was the beginning of a new journey for him. That night, a seed of faith was planted in Nicodemus's heart. He left his encounter with Jesus a changed man, forever altered by the experience. He didn't have all the answers, but he was no longer afraid to ask questions and seek the truth. He had begun his journey of faith, a journey of growing closer to God and understanding his ways. Nicodemus's story reminds us that it's okay to have doubts and questions along the way. It's in our searching and questioning that we find God. Like Nicodemus, we can all experience the transforming power of God's love and grace. All we have to do is open our hearts to Him and let Him in.